Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? Welcome to the Think Unbroken podcast. I'm your host, Michael Unbroken, and this podcast is about helping trauma survivors let go of the past, overcome their fear, discover their identity, become the hero of their own story, and ultimately to be unbroken. Our goal in company is to bring on guests and experts in the fields of mental, physical, and psychological health to help you overcome the past, to take back your power. And in this podcast, we are unedited and unfiltered, and we're going to give it to you real so that you can start to create massive change in your life. If you're curious about learning more outside the podcast, you can get a free copy of my book, Think Unbroken, at book.thinkunbroken.com. That's book.thinkunbroken.com, where you can get a copy of my #1 best-selling book, Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma. The most important thing that you can ever do, my friends, is show up for yourself, and that's where you are today. And I appreciate you. I have massive gratitude for you. And without further ado, let's get into the show.
Have you ever been a part of a community and it feels like when you are trying to find people to bring you up and support you, that it actually feels like they're pulling you down, that they're in your way, that they're not actually helpful or beneficial? What's up, Unbroken Nation? Hope that you're doing well, my friends. So I was at a conference this week, the Undercover Billionaire Boot Camp. If you guys have watched Undercover Billionaire with Grant Cardone, or you may know briefly after Undercover Billionaire, Grant Cardone invested into Think Unbroken and as a business partner, which is this really amazing thing that I get to say. And I was at this. So Matt Smith, who was a part of that, was hosting a boot camp for people to not only learn some behind the scenes, but also to get some business education and talk about growing a business and things of that nature. And it was a really cool experience I got to be a part of this past weekend. And one of the speakers was future podcast guest who's going to be coming on. I'm very excited about Ken Jocelyn. And Ken said something on stage I wrote down. And so whenever I go to conferences, I write a ton of notes because I'm always learning. And I told you before, if you're willing to learn, your life will be different. And wrote this down. If you're in a great community, accountability should feel like encouragement. Think about that, y'all. It should feel like encouragement. You know, one of the things that I've always loved about the Unbroken Nation, you guys who are listening, how amazing you all are, is the fact that there's so much encouragement on social media. And one of the big things that we're getting ready to do is launch our Discord, as well as a Monday night coaching that I'm going to do for free. I'm very excited about that. So I'll have more details in a couple of days. So make sure if you're not following me on Instagram that you do at Michael Unbroken. And so I was thinking about this idea about community and how, you know, I've been in communities where it felt like people don't want to see you rise. You know, growing up where I grew up, looking at my life and thinking about what childhood was like, what my teens were like, you know, motherfuckers just were not supportive. There was no encouragement. Like I remember being young and being like, man, I'm going to go and try to do this. I'm going to go try to be this person. I'm going to go try make it out of here. And yeah, of course I was selling drugs and I was breaking houses. I was doing a lot of stupid shit. But I always, whenever I tried to be encouraging, whenever I tried to do something that I felt would impact my neighborhood, my community, it was like people are always raining down on me. And so, you know, I stopped doing that for a really long time. I was just like, fuck this. Why bother? Why bother if nobody's going to see me? Why bother? And I realized, like, wait a second, I should be doing that stuff for me. And when you think about the community that you're a part of right now, when you put out your ideas and your dreams, you know, are they encouraging to you? Are these people in your life, are they people that want to take care of you, that want to see you be successful? Or are they people telling you, nah, you know what, Stacy, Bill, you know, whatever your name is, you dream too big, right? You dream too big. We don't like that. It makes us uncomfortable. Lower your expectations. Lower your targets. Lower your dreams. We don't want that around here. If that's the kind of community that you're in, you need to really take a pause here and think about the impact of that on your life. Because I don't know about you, but when this happened to me, I was just done. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't want to go and be a volunteer. I don't want to be a big brother. I don't want to make change in my community. I'll just keep selling drugs. I'll just keep breaking in houses and stealing cars and not graduate high school. I'll go only spend money on myself in my 20s and never take care of people. I'll only be a monster all the time because every time I try to share some shit, people pull me down. You are the sum total of the people that you spend your most time with. And if you are with people who are only ever taking away from you, who have limited beliefs, who are telling you you're not good enough, strong enough, capable enough, who whenever you tell a dream, they laugh at you, you are in the wrong fucking community. And you need to acknowledge that because guess what? You can only change what you can measure, right? You've heard me say that before. And if you aren't measuring the people that you're spending time with, you're going to be in trouble. Because I'm telling you right now, like you're in a relationship with somebody right now, in your friends, in your business, in your career, in your family even, where they're just pulling you down. Every time you're like, yo, I got this idea, I got this thing, I'm healing, I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm becoming the better version of myself. I'm not letting trauma be in my way anymore. I'm going to therapy. How many times, think about this for a second. How many times in your life have you told somebody you're going to therapy and they're like, you don't need therapy. What are you going to do that for? How many times have you told somebody you're thinking about getting a coach and then they're like, oh my God, a coach? What? Why? Because you play basketball or some dumb shit like that? Like, you guys got to think about this for a second. There ain't no way in hell you're going to be successful if those are the people in your life. No way. It just isn't going to happen. And I remember somebody laughed at me a couple of years ago. Actually, it's probably a little bit longer. When I was like, you know what? Tom Bilyeu is going to be my coach one day. They laughed at me. They were like, yeah, right. Okay. I will never forget this. I was living in Bali. We'll never forget this. And they just straight up laughed at me. And I was like, A, you will never be my fucking friend after this moment. So fuck you. because I'm not letting anybody pull me down. I promise you that. And B, I'm going to have Tom Bilyeu as my coach. I have made a decision that I'm going to do what it takes to get there. And as many of you know, I've had the fortune of being able to learn of one of the greatest minds on planet Earth right now, and my coach, Tom Bilyeu. And you know what? People think that too when they come into coaching with me. They're like, yo, I get to learn from this person who's created this amazing thing that can help me make my life better. But there are people in my life who judge me for it.
We'll be right back, but I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about the Think Unbroken 6-week trauma healing coaching program. If you go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com, that's coaching.thinkunbroken.com, you can sign up for the 6-week daily Think Unbroken Trauma Healing Coaching Program. In this program, we're going to go over the 6 principles of healing trauma, adaptation, understanding the impacts of trauma, how to become the hero of your own story, what to do next, and ultimately what it means to be unbroken. For more information about this 6-week coaching program, which you can download as an app on your phone and take with you everywhere, no matter where you are in the world, it's interactive. It's built about giving you practical tools that you can use in real time. And if you're ready for what's next in your life, go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com. Again, that's coaching.thinkunbroken.com. Now let's get back to the show.
Those people in your life who judge you for that, they will never have success because they're terrified of what it looks like, because they don't understand that in order to have success, they've got to be willing to put themselves outside of their comfort zone. And when you get into a community where accountability feels like encouragement, where people go, hey man, you didn't do the thing you said you were going to do. What's up with that? And then the follow-up is, how do we help you? What do you need? Where are you at? What's broken in the system? What ideas can we bring to the table? That will change your life. Not, oh, you didn't get the thing done you said you were going to do, and everybody's like, see, we knew you weren't going to do it. I don't even know why you tried. You're a loser. You suck. Why even show up? That will never change your life. And look, in time, you will become more accountable to yourself, and the community aspect will become less and less. Like, one of the things that I'm most accountable in my life for is showing up for this community every single day. That's why we release a podcast every day. That's why it's a Sunday afternoon and 65 degrees and beautiful outside, and I'm sitting here recording this, talking to you, because I said I'm going to be accountable to myself and my community, because I want them to be encouraged about the idea that they can create massive change in their life if they're willing to take these tools. And some of you guys are hanging out with people right now who won't give you the time of day around your own dream. And there's a fine line too. You have to think about the communities that you're even sharing your dreams with. To be honest with you, I don't tell most people what I'm doing. You guys have no idea what I'm doing back here. I'm doing some huge shit right now. I got this whiteboard full of projects that we're working on at Think Unbroken to create massive change. We got a lot of stuff coming, but I don't tell everybody about it because not everybody needs to know until it's ready. Not everybody needs to know until I want to put it out. Not everybody needs to know because some people are going to say, that's a pretty lofty goal, man. You should shrink it. You might want to go a little less, try a little less hard, not be so intense, not try to make your dreams come true. You cannot operate like that. And if those are the people in your life, I promise you, you're going to be better off keeping your dreams close to your chest than you are sharing them with people, right? And unfortunately, some of those people are your family. So you need to look at that and make meaning of it. You know, I had this amazing conversation with my brother, one of my little brothers recently. And he's like, man, I'm about to go be a firefighter. I was like, fuck yeah, you are. Go get that shit. Let's go. Make it happen right now. You can't about to be a firefighter. You can't kind of be a firefighter. You got to put your fucking work in. You got to study. You got to get in shape. You got to show up today. And I'm here to support you. I want to see you do that. And on Saturday, I texted him after his test. I said, tell me what happened. He's like, I smoked that test. I crushed that test. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. Now, could you imagine if my little brother was like, I want to be a firefighter. I was like, yeah, right. Good luck with that shit, loser. Could you imagine that? You probably hear that and go, no, that's crazy, Michael. Why would you ever do that? And yet, there are people in your life right now. There are people in your life right now who are like, yeah, right. I was talking to my other little brother. Amazing conversation. He's like, man, I'm about to quit this job because I want to go travel the world. And I think I found the way to do it through this avenue over here. So I'm going to go run this play and see if we can make it happen. And he's making it happen. And what if I was like, don't travel the world, man. I did it. Fuck the world. Like, stay home, play video games. Don't do this shit. Do you think he'd be in a position to be successful? And what's fucked up is some of y'all are the ones who are perpetrating this. Some of you listening right now, because look, the limiting belief that's been implanted in you from these generations of trauma has said, how dare you think that you can be successful? And so the moment someone else wants to put their idea of success into the universe, you have to pull it down because you're scared of it. And you need to face the truth that if you're going to be scared of success, you will never be successful. I teach people all the time when they come into coaching with me. You have got to allow yourself the space to give yourself permission to be successful. Give yourself permission to be successful. Because I promise you, if you don't, you will not be. But if you continue to hang out with people that when you try to step into success, I'm going to say it again. When you try to step into, you are around people that when you try to step into success, they bring you down. They're negative. They're short-sighted. They're naysayers. They're haters. You're in the wrong fucking community. Nothing's going to be different if you don't change that community. So I want you to take measurement and inventory of the people that you're spending time with, because accountability should feel like encouragement when you're in the right community. Unbroken Nation, thank you so much for listening. It means the world to me. If this episode brought you value, please share it with a friend. Give it to somebody who needs to hear this today, because you sharing this could change somebody's life. And I appreciate you, and thank you for the reviews. Thank you for the messages and the emails and the DMs. It means the world to me. Take care of yourselves, my friends. And until next time, be unbroken. I'll see you.
Unbroken Nation, hope that you just got a tremendous amount of value from today's episode. I want to know what you think. Please do me a favor and review, rate, and share the episode with 3 friends on social media today. It would mean the world if you did, because ultimately at the end of the day, creating community and connection is how we heal generational trauma in the world. And I need your help to do that, Unbroken Nation. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are, please like, comment, share, review. I want to know not only what you like about the show, but how I can make the show better, how I can make this further about helping you on your healing journey. So do me a favor, and when you do, shoot me a screenshot of you making the review to my DM at Michael Unbroken on Instagram, so that I can have a conversation with you, say hi, and more importantly, so I can share it with the Unbroken Nation. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show, but I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of live coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.